Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start there. So depending on what prop you're using, you want this to kind of create a gentle back bend and heart opening. So this one's pretty small, so it's a pretty gentle one. You might have a thicker blanket, and that's okay too. Ideally, your head is either same height as your back, or it could be slightly elevated. Knees or legs can be in this Baddha Konasana shape, or in a constructive rest, or an extended legs, whatever feels best to you. And then let the arms just open up to the side. Let the eyes close, let the shoulders draw down away from the ears. And this should feel fully supported. And just start to bring your awareness into your body, transitioning yourself into your practice. Starting to come into this place of presence, this place of curiosity, this place of noticing and feeling in your own body, in your own experience. And starting to strengthen that connection to your deepest self. That we start to feel through all the layers that make up who we are into that truest self. Using our practice to allow every part of ourselves to be present, whatever needs to show up, just show up. And to allow ourselves to just be right here, right now. Nowhere else you need to be in this moment. This moment is just for you. A relish in that gift, really. And that experience of taking this time just for you. Start to deepen your breath. Start to feel as that breath washes through you and over you. As the breath, the inhales start to expand your body, your mind, your experience, and the exhales allow you to drop deeper into yourself, allow you to release and shed any layers that are no longer useful or serving you. So every breath is this opportunity to expand and to also draw into yourself. It's that both. It's that rooting, that centering, but also that expansion and that growth. When we reach for that growth, we expand out from that place of being rooted and grounded and centered in who we are, in our breath, in that sensation of our body on the earth. Whatever it is that really draws you to center. It can be a little different for everybody, but find the thing that is for you. Whatever that is that anchors you into this moment, into the earth, into yourself. Connect to that. And then let the breath get bigger and deeper and fuller and more expansive with every inhalation. And then take the next couple of deep breaths to set any intentions. And if the hands aren't already resting on your body, let them come to rest somewhere on your body. Start to feel that breath traveling from the belly and the ribs and up into the chest. So you're just starting to feel that sensation of the heart space beginning to open and the back of the heart being supported. And then from here, slide your hands to the back of to the outer edges of the thighs and just help your knees together if they're extended or if they're open, bring them in. And then widen the feet and let the knees drape in on one another, keeping the hands resting on your body in this constructive rest. And then from here, we're just gonna roll over to the side. And don't worry about your props just yet. Just kind of rest in this fetal position. Your hand can become a pillow, your blanket can become a pillow, your block. But the eyes remain closed. And then if you can, keep the eyes closed while you press yourself up. You're just kind of feeling your way onto your mat. Don't worry so much about the props just yet. Land somewhere with the shoulders above the wrists and the hips above the knees, and eyes are still closed if that's possible. So you're staying in this really internal space. You're staying in that place of curiosity and sensation. And then from there, start to find your cat-cow. Start to let the inhales expand and open the front of the body, and the exhales expand and open the back of the body. And feel free to pause, take an extra breath or two wherever it feels good. In that opening space, feel for dropping the shoulders out of the ears, spreading across the collarbones. Keep the belly tone even though you're dropping it towards the earth, so you're not compressing the low back. And then as you're exhaling and you're rounding the back of the back body, press into your hands so you get really broad and open across the back of the heart and even into the sides. And then from here, you can let your body move any way it wants to move without even really thinking about it too much. Just let the body flow. Let the breath guide you. Let the breath be your mantra, your music, whatever it is that helps keep you connected to your center. It helps keep you in this moment. Feel your feet and your hands and your shins on the floor. And then take another couple breaths. And on the next inhale, go ahead and land neutral. And again, keep the eyes closed. Feel your hands before moving them. Notice, where's the weight in your hands? Is it dumping into the wrists? Mine pretty much is. Or is it in the fingertips? A little bit. So start to feel into your hands, create that foundation consciously, grip the fingertips into the mat, anchor the padding at the base of the fingers, so right under the knuckles, anchor between the thumb and the index finger, and then feel the arches of the hands lift a little bit. So the weight becomes more distributed through the whole hand. And then travel up the arms and spin the biceps forward. And then travel into the shoulders and draw the shoulders out of the ears. Travel down the spine, feel that length and neutral spine. Hips are over the knees. Feel the ribs knit together and lift, the navel lifts, so there's a lengthening in the tailbone, and then shin bones and tops of the feet anchor. And then go ahead and let the eyes slide open. Move whatever props you have there aside. And then from here, take your elbows out in front of your shoulders with the palms touching. Take a nice big inhale and feel your hips are going to stay over your knees and your heart's going to reach forward. You might even inch those elbows a little bit more forward, and then start to let the heart drop and the head drop. And your chin or your forehead land to the earth. And if they don't, set your block or your blanket or your towel, whatever it is, underneath you. And then take a big inhale to your side body, and on the exhale, bend at the elbows, let your forearms and the fingers point up, and then bring a little energy between the palms of the hands. And amp up your breath. So really get it deeper, more fluid, more rhythmic. And concentrate it right around that heart center. So feel the sides of the heart space expanding, opening, broadening. Feel the back of the heart getting spacious, the front of the heart, all the way up and down your torso. Take another breath or two. Maybe even inching those elbows a little further forward and sinking the heart a little deeper. Again, keep the tone in the belly so you're not compressing that low back, but everything's staying long. Go ahead and release the hands. Slide your hips back to your heels, dragging your hands along the way. And then once your hips land to your heels, grip down through the fingertips, lift up through your palms and your wrists and your forearms and your elbows and spin the biceps up. Tone up the arms and the hands now. And then inhale, rise back to your tabletop. And then you may need to walk the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Okay. Hands are strong. Biceps are forward, ribs and belly in. Curl the toes under and see if perhaps you need to come flat on your hands, and that's fine. But perhaps your knees can hover, creating a little strength in that foundation. And breathe. Good. And then set the knees down. Keep your fingertips. Uncurl the toes and walk the hands way out in front of you. Biceps up. Inhale, spine long, and then exhale, heart, chin, or forehead down. Same thing, but now with the arms extended. Keep the breath super deep. And then as you exhale, go ahead and let the hips drag to the heels, the hands drag all the way along. You can keep tented on the fingers or flatten the hands, whatever feels good. And then use your hands, your fingertips, to press the hips down to the heels. And then use your same fingertips, keeping the hips anchored, to drag your heart and your spine longer. And then from here, you can keep the knees together as they are, or hip distance as they are, or widen them if you want a little more space, and then walk the hands over to the right. And just stay in this arch through that left side body. Walk the hands equally away from the shoulders. Take a big inhale, especially in that left side. And then as you exhale, wrap the shoulders down towards the floor. So it's that protraction, that broadening in the upper back. And then roll the left side body a little bit heavier to the earth. And then amp up that breath again. So the breath is really what's creating the space in that side body. And then inhale, walk to center and take it over to the other side. Again, walk the fingertips out away from your shoulders, equal distance. Take a big inhale, stretch the heart long, stretch the spine, stretch the side body. Exhale, wrap the shoulders towards the earth, and then roll the right side body heavy towards the earth. And then keep the breath really fluid and deep, spacious. Walk the fingertips back to center. Keep on those fingertops and lift up to tabletop. Fingertips under the shoulders. Okay, we're going to attempt a high plank in with our fingertips. Now, if your hands are not liking this, flatten the hands, no big deal. For those that want to try it, curl the toes under. Start in this bear plank. And then just step your right foot back. See how that feels? And maybe the left foot back. And then the right foot into that bear plank. And then the left foot. We're going to go the other way. Left foot back, right foot back, left knee forward, right knee forward. Set the knees down, keep the toes curled under. Sit up on those heels or stand up on your knees. Take the arms out and just roll out the wrists. Go the other way. And then press the walls away from you and stretch your pinky, your ring, your middle, your index, and your thumbs, and then wrap your fingers and stretch all the knuckles down, and then just shake out the hands. Set them flat again, but feel into that sensation of gripping the fingertips. Then we're going to go into a full plank. Your biceps forward, ribs and belly, and step the feet back. Okay, so your knees can always be down and support that plank, whatever works. And we're here for 5 breaths. So drop into that steadiness in the hands, that strength in the arms with the biceps wrapping forward, that broadening in the upper back, that space in the back of the heart, That length in your side body and in your back body, so the tailbone is long. The legs are firm and toned. Heels are pressing back. Toes are dragging forward towards the heels of the hands, and heels of the hands are dragging back towards the feet. The ribs are knit together and lifted. The navel is lifted. A couple more breaths. Steady, long, deep breaths. Beautiful. Exhale, lift to downward facing dog. Okay, keep that action in the arms of the triceps wrapping in, the biceps wrapping forward, and just pedal out the feet here. Let this feel good. And then let any organic movement here happen. You can move the hips like you're wagging your tail. You can move your head around. You can bend the elbows. You can twist the body. Let yourself move for about 3 breaths, just in whatever way feels good. Stretch the toes, stretch the hips. Good. And then from here, come to stillness. Find your full expression of your down dog with the hips lifted high and the breath deep. And then from here, walk your hands back to your feet. So your feet are hip distance and they're parallel. Once you land back there, soften the knees. Take an inhale, extend your heart forward. Let your hands just rest on your thighs. Draw the shoulders back, let the neck be long, let the elbows lift a little bit and the shoulders draw together. And then ribs and belly. And then keep that length and just drape over your thighs and bend the knees as much as you need to. And then shake the head, yes, no, yes again. And then let the upper body sway like side to side, making this kind of rainbow shape across the front of the feet. Or that you can have your hands in your elbows too, if that feels better. And then just slowly let the body come back to stillness, right at center, head heavy, feet firm, core strong. Bend the knees, lift the belly, and then roll up with the knees bent and the belly strong until the head comes up last. The shoulders roll back and down and the palms spin forward and the eyes close. Now feel your feet on the earth, that foundation. Feel that rooting down, so similar to what we did in the hands. Notice what the toes are doing, the balls of the feet, the heels of the feet. And for your feet, you're gonna find a tripod. So the base of the big toe and the base of the pinky toe and right in the center of the heel is if there's a triangular base of support rooting down. And then from there, feel the arches of the feet lift, the kneecaps lift. Feel the pelvic floor tone and the low belly lift, the heart and the crown of the head. Come back to your intention, that place of curiosity, that place of presence, that connection. From there, inhale and sweep the arms and rise up. From here, lift the heart, maybe even lift the gaze if that feels okay on the neck. And if it doesn't, the gaze stays neutral. Think about an extension. So the head's not crunching back, but the back of the neck is long, the front of the throat is not long, the side body's long, and you have all that lifting and rooting happening. And then from here, exhale, heart leads, knees can soften, come down, forward fold. Inhale into that half lift. Exhale, set the fingertips down. You're gonna walk out as far as you can on those fingertips. At any point you need to flatten the hands, you do that. Maybe you land all the way to a down dog on your fingertips. Triceps wrap in, heart presses back, and then flatten the hands. Okay. From your inhale, back to your high plank. And then exhale, set your knees down, heart forward and shoulders back. And we're gonna lower halfway down or anywhere in between. So an inch down, a centimeter down, I don't care. But no lower than shoulders below elbows. So that can be your halfway point, and then shoulders back, heart forward, and exhale, press back up. 2 more like that. Okay, so we're switching up the breath for this. So think, inhale, shoulders back, elbows in, squeeze, 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 come to your low point, and then exhale to push up. One more. Inhale, long shoulders back, elbows in, exhale to push up. Really nice. Okay, inhale at the top. And then this time on the exhale, lower to the bottom. Beautiful. Take the legs, anchor, or extend and anchor them. From here, with your hands down, the wrists under the shoulders or under the elbows, lift your shoulders, squeeze them together, and then draw the shoulders down from the ears. And it's like you have these little chicken wings that are gonna tuck in. Good. Now keep that. Lift your navel, and then as you inhale, feel your heart drag forward. With the pressing down and pulling back of the hands, you pull that heart forward. And then let it rise. Keep the belly firm, the pelvis rooting, and the legs rooting. And then start to lighten that pressure in the hands, but keep the shoulder blades squeezing together, back and down. The neck long. And then see if the hands can hover. And then maybe they slide forward and the elbows land right under your shoulders or slightly in front. And then if you need to adjust to get that, you adjust. No big deal. Okay. From here, anchor your elbows all the way to your fingertips down. And then same thing, how we drag our hands back, we're gonna drag our forearms back so that our heart drags forward and up, and our shoulders are down, and our neck is long. Feel the belly firm here. And then on the exhale, start to feel your ribs knit together and they lift a little bit. Start to feel the navel lift, and then lift your hips and lift your thighs. Find that cat back here. It's minor, a little cat back. So you're curling the bottom ribs towards the hips and you're lifting the hips towards the bottom ribs. And the navel is squeezing towards the spine and the ribs are knitting together and lifting to the back ribs. And then the neck is long and the breath is fluid, in and out. So you might stay right here or keep all of this. Curl the toes under and see if the knees want to lift off the floor. If they don't do it, no big deal. So you want to keep that same action happening in the core with the knees up or down. 2 more breaths. Drop into that fluid breath, in and out. Again, knees can stay down. Then everybody knees down, thighs down, hips down, belly down, low ribs. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, let the elbows out to the side, make a pillow with the hands. Bring the big toes towards one another. Take the hands behind you and interlace them. Palms gripping if that's available to you, and if it's not, then wrist wide or a towel between your hands. Okay, anchor the feet so the knees lift. Lift the shoulders, squeeze them together and down, and lengthen the knuckles towards the heels. And then lift your navel, and then inhale, heart forward, lift it up. And then exhale, knuckles back, lift them up. Feel the crown of the head drawing forward and the toes and the knuckles drawing back and the ribs and the belly lifting as the pelvis anchors and the tops of the feet anchor. Good. And then exhale to the floor. Set your hands under your shoulders. Take an inhale here. And on the exhale, press through your hands and your knees. Downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. Go ahead and exhale. Let it out the mouth. From here. Inhale, take the right leg. Reach it back and up. Hips staying squared. Exhale. Bring the knee in towards your chest, your thigh in towards your ribs, and then let the nose curl in towards the knee. And then inhale, look forward to the thumb, and exhale, step the right foot there. Now before you set the left knee down, go ahead and either set a blanket or roll the mat so you have more padding for that knee, or if you're on carpet, you're probably fine. Inhale, rise to that low lunge. Feel your front foot, back shin, anchor, and draw together. And as you do that, feel the pelvic floor and the low belly lift, and the left hip flexor start to open. Good. Then from here, as you exhale, you're gonna curl the left heel to your bum, stretch the arms tall. And then from here, you're gonna let this left hand drop down and see if maybe it grabs for the foot or the ankle and draw the heel in towards your bum. Keep the lift in the pelvic floor, the lift in the low belly, and the extension in the right side. Good. Heel drawing up to the bum as much as works. And then keep the heel there, keep the belly firm, and see if that right hip or right sit bone wants to drop a little closer to your right heel. It might not. And then again, lift the belly, lift the heart a little deeper in that hip flexor. Good. Gently help the left foot to the floor. Let the toes come curled under and inhale, let the left arm float up. And then on the exhale, bend the left elbow and set your right hand on it. Wrap the tricep in towards your head and set the back of the head into the forearm. Support the back of the head with the forearm. So half archer here. And then your ribs kind of might want to splay out here. So bring them in with the navel and the tailbone long. And just breathe for a moment. Okay, then from here, you're going to inhale tall. And on the exhale, just lean to the right. So that left elbow is moving to the right. The head and chin are staying neutral. The left leg is anchoring and you're lifting right out of that left hip, like you're trying to draw your bottom ribs now away from your hip. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, release the hands. Set them down to the floor. Take an inhale and on the exhale, step it back to high plank. Inhale here. Exhale here, firm up in that core. Set your knees down at any point. Check in with the hands and the feet, the legs and the core. And we're gonna go for 3 more of those chaturanga push-ups. You are welcome to keep your knees up. The inhale is gonna bring the heart forward and the shoulders back and the elbows in and lower you down 1 inch or halfway. And then the exhale is gonna push you up in 1 flat line, 2 more. Inhale, you come down. Exhale, push up. 1 more time. Inhale, come down. Exhale, push up. This time, take an inhale at the top. And exhale, lower down. Extend the feet. Take the arms, switch up the clasp. Inhale, bring the heart forward and up. Exhale, shoulders back, knuckles back, legs back. Everything extending and lifting. Breathe. Beautiful. Exhale to the floor. Hands under the shoulders as you inhale. Exhale. You can reverse that chaturanga if you want, or hands and knees to down dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee comes into the chest, thigh comes into the ribs, and then curl the head in. And then inhale, look forward, and exhale, set the foot to the thumb, pat up the right knee, and then inhale and rise into that lunge. Back shin, front foot anchor, drag them together. And as you do that, you should feel this lift happening, and then exaggerate it even more by feeling the low belly lift in this right hip flexor start to open. Then exhale and curl the right heel to the bum and drop the right hand down and see if that's available to grab, and if it is, grab it. And then pull the heel as tight to the bum as you can, so use your arm strength. And then once you have that, inhale and extend left side, anchor front foot and back knee, and open up into that quad. Then keep the heel in tight to the booty. Inhale's tall, and then exhale, start to let that left sit bone drop towards the heel, any amount or no amount, and then re-pull the belly in the ribs and then feel that hip flexor even more, all the way into the quad. Then gently release that foot, toes curl under, and inhale, let the right arm float up. Bend the elbow for that half archer. Tricep wrapping in toward your head. Head pressing back into the forearm and the forearm supporting it. Breathing here. Ribs and belly and spine long. And then on the next inhale, lift up through the right elbow and over to the left. Keep letting the left hand anchor that elbow. And then anchor your right shin down. Lift your bottom ribs away from the hip. Big deep breath here. Good. And then inhale and unwind. Extend the arms. Exhale. Set the hands down. We're just going to pick up the back foot. Step it forward now. Set the big toes to touch. Heel slightly separated. Inhale, come into your half lift. And exhale, fold down. Either roll up with knees bent or inhale and unhinge, long spine. Extended mountain or baby back bend. And exhale, hands to the heart. Back in, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen here. We're going to hold here. Soften your knees a bit. Pull the navel and pull the ribs in. Float the arms back. Pinkies up, thumbs down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. Squeeze the palms together and long. Ribs and belly in. You're toning up the whole back body here. Keep squeezing the hands together as if there's a block there. Lifting the navel, breathing. And then exhale and fold. Let the arms come down, rest in the elbows, and let the upper body hang. Knees can stay soft. And then set the hands to the floor, the shins, and take a little baby lift. And then exhale, lock back to down dog. From here, inhale, take the right leg, reach it back and up. Exhale, same thing. Knee to the chest, thigh to the ribs, curl the head in, hold and breathe. And then inhale, look forward. And exhale, step the foot forward. This time, set your back heel down for warrior one and inhale, come on up. Bend into the front knee, press into the back foot. Belly lift, ribs draw in. Feel that left side opening. Breathe. Start drawing the right hip back and the left hip forward. Good. Okay, from here, hands behind the back and interlace. Shoulders draw back and down, and then knuckles drag down that left thigh. Keep bending into the right. Firm the low belly, and then inhale, lift the heart and maybe the gaze and drag the knuckles down more, and then lift them. And then drag your heart forward. So as you press into your back foot, reach your heart forward, come to the thigh. Feel that length in the spine and the back of the neck. And then you can stay right here or drop right inside that thigh. Let the head drop, let the knuckles lift. Lift the shoulders up away from the ears. Breathe. Exhale, sit your hands to your safe ground and all the way to the floor. Pivot onto the toes of that back foot. Bend the front knee a little bit more so you land in this runner's lunge up on your fingertips. From here, left fingertips stay down. Inhale, float your right arm up. Stretch up, shoulders back. Exhale, set the hand down. Take that right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Inhale, roll the hip open, bend the knee. Triceps in, breathe into that whole right side. Look under your left armpit for that right foot. Maybe let it come all the way over. And inhale, extend into your wild thing. Come back around on the exhale, pivoting the feet, setting the hand down. Inhale. Exhale, set the foot down. Down dog. Inhale, forward to high plank. Exhale to the belly. From here, bend your, come into Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart and drop the shoulders. And then from here, you're going to take this right arm and bend it so that the forearm comes parallel to the top of the mat. It's going to be your little shelf. And then curl your left heel into your bum. Keep this right hand here. Reach back with that left hand and see if you can pull the heel towards the bum. Keep dragging your heart forward and up, anchoring your hips down and lifting your navel up. Good. And then gently release that. Set the left hand under the shoulder. Set the right hand under the shoulder. Lower the head down. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. However you wish to transition. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee comes forward, chest, thigh to ribs, curl the head in. Inhale, look to the thumb. Set the foot there, angle the right heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Bend into that front knee, draw that hip back. Press into the back foot, draw that hip forward. And breathe. Steady the breath, steady the gaze. Feel the foundation. Then, hands come behind you, switch up your clasp so it might feel a little awkward. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze them together, draw the palms together, bend into that front knee, ribs and belly, and slide the knuckles down your thigh. Inhale, start to lift the heart and the gaze. Keep the belly and ribs in. Exhale, start to lift the knuckles away from the backside. And then as you inhale, press into the back foot, drag the heart, rest to the thigh, get length in your spine, lengthen the neck. Stay here or drop inside the thigh and let the head drop and the knuckles lift. Outer left hip draws back and hugs in. Good, breathe. Relax the front toes. Then exhale, the hands to the sacrum. Fingertips frame your front foot, pivot to the toes of that back foot. Inhale, sink the hips into your runner's lunge. Right hand stays down. Inhale, float your left arm up, your left hip back. Exhale, left hand down, hands flat. Send that left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Firm up your arms, triceps in, and then roll the hip open and bend the knee. Now press in your right arm, look under your right armpit, and maybe slowly control it and set it down. And then inhale, lift your hips, extend across, flapping. And then exhale, bring it back around, three-legged dog. And then exhale, set the foot down. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower with knees or without. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Set yourself up, take a moment. Then from here, left forearm's gonna come in, right heel's gonna pull or going to curl up. Take an inhale, lift your heart, press into that left arm, and then reach back for your foot and pull the heel in. Now, the knees might wanna go way out to the side. Try not to let it, keep hugging it in, lifting your navel, and then drawing the heel in. And whatever you can grab the toes, you can grab the foot, you can hook a towel, whatever works. Heart lifting, navel lifting, heel dropping in. Gently release the foot. Set the right hand under the shoulder, left hand under the shoulder, lower the head, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Two more breaths. Okay. Inhale, look forward to your hands. At the bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or float. Land the feet hip distance this time and parallel. Inhale, come into your half lift, soften the knees, pull the ribs and the belly in. Exhale, float the hands back, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the palms. Stay here and breathe. Really tone that back body. And then bend the elbows, interlace the hands, press back through your wrists. So let the palms separate here, but keep the shoulders drawing together and the neck long. And then exhale and just fold over your thighs. Let the head drop down. Let the knuckles lift. They can even drop over your head, but keep the shoulders lifting away from your ears. Keep the kneecaps lifting. The feet firming down with the arches lifted. And then from here, we're gonna rise up with the hands interlaced. So soften the knees as much as you need to. If this doesn't work, you need to roll up, release the hands and do that. Otherwise, long spine, heart leads. Inhale, press into your feet. Use the back of the legs, use the core, rise up. Keep going. Inhale, knuckles back, heart lifted, gaze lifted, hands away from your backside. And then exhale, upright hands release. Let them float up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. I'm going to mirror you guys. This time, inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, same thing. Knee to the chest, thigh to the ribs, curl the head in, belly in. Inhale, look between the thumbs this time. Right foot there, left foot angles, warrior two. Bend into that front knee, let it open towards the pinky side of the foot. Firm up your arms and breathe. Beautiful. Okay. Turn the palms forward. Keep the legs firming. From here, take your left arm in front of the right. You can grab your shoulders and lift the elbows. You can wrap your thumb and pinky or palm to palm. And then squeeze the elbows together, forward, the shoulders back and down. And then if the hands are touching, gently away from the face. Check out the feet again. Bend into the knees. Open them. Lift up through the belly. Lift up through the heart and the crown. And breathe here. And then if you can, close your eyes. Feel into the back of the heart. Try and expand that breath around the front of the heart, even though it's a little compressed. And then open the eyes and unwind the arms. Inhale. Good. From here, we're going to pivot right around into a high lunge. So take an inhale, stretch the arms tall. On the exhale, you're going to press into your left toes, spin your hips forward. Good. Stretch tall, inhale. On the exhale, you're going to lean forward. The right knee is going to end up at the chest. Inhale here, lean forward. Exhale, left knee comes up into the chest. Breathe. Then, drop the knees in and curl the heel to your bum. Pull your ribs and your belly in. Drop your left hand open this time with the thumb back and the pinky forward and see if you can grab the inner ankle. If that's not available, grab the outer ankle. No big deal. Then, this might be where you stay. Focus gaze, focus breath. Knees hugging in, heart lifting. Or you might start to kick your foot into your hand. Kick, 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 kick. Keep the belly firm. Once you can't kick anymore, you might start to hinge. And then extend the arm forward and kick the leg back. Breathing. Coming out, same way. Extending and kicking, extending and kicking. And then bring the knee up in front and the arm up, inhale. And then on the exhale, take it through a warrior three. So hands can come, actually that's all. Hands to your heart. Start to hinge at the hip as you shift your left leg back, your heart comes forward. Roll the hip down. Take the arms back, thumbs up, pinkies down. Sorry, thumbs down, pinkies up. Squeeze the bones together. Soften your standing legs so you can set your left toes down, straighten both legs, and inhale, stand up. Keep those arms pressing back and hugging in. Good, and then from here, two options. Grab your elbows or to reverse your prayer behind your back. Palms touching if you're in that prayer, shoulders back and elbows back. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your belly. Rise up, kneecaps are lifted. And then exhale and hinge forward. Hips are squaring forward. Heart is reaching forward. Kneecaps are drawing back. Neck is long. If you need your hands down at any point, you release the hands. Otherwise, you come all the way into this pyramid as long as you feel stable. And then whatever grip you have, just gently release it. Let it come down to the floor. Let your fingertips come in front of your foot and let your heart and side body get super long. Keep drawing that outer right hip back and breathe. And then soften that front knee, flatten the hands, take it back. High plank. Inhale and exhale to the belly. Okay. Curl both feet in. Reach back for the outer ankles of both feet. Hug the ankles together, hug the knees together. Take an inhale. Start to reach your heart forward, flex your feet, and then exhale. Kick your feet back to lift your heart up. And then release that. Set the head down, flip the hands to the top of the feet, and just let the hands heavy the heels towards your outer hips a bit. Like as if you were sitting in a virasana. And then gently release the feet all the way down. Take an inhale, curl the toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Left leg rises. Exhale, knee to chest, thigh to ribs, head curls in. Look between the thumbs, set the foot there. Angle your right heel down, rise up warrior two. Take a moment to feel into the feet and set up the legs. Set up that front knee so it's towards the second and third toe. Press into the outer edge of the back foot so it's firm. Lift the navel. Palms face forward. Take an inhale, spread across the chest. Then on the exhale, take the right arm in front of the left. Shoulders, thumb and pinky are palm to palm. Draw the elbows together, reach them forward, draw the shoulders back and down, and then hands away from the face, and then bend into the knees again, firm into the legs. And then if it's available, close your eyes. Settle into your breath, that feeling of your feet on the earth. Wash that breath around the heart. And then when you're ready, open the eyes. And you'll extend the arms again. Firm into the legs, lift the arms. We're coming into that high lunge. So on the exhale, press into your right toes, lift the heel, spin the hips around to the front. You might be a little long. If you are, you can set the hands down, shorten and do what you need to do. From here, we move into that warrior three to the right leg covering. So inhale, stretch forward. And then on the exhale, hug that right knee right into your chest. Find your stability here. And then drop the knee and curl the heel to your bum. And then drop that right hand so that the thumb is back as pinky is forward and grab the inner ankle if possible. Roll the shoulder back, draw the knees together, lift the low belly, lift the heart. And then firm into your standing leg, lifting the kneecap, lifting out of the hip, and then start to kick into your hand. Kick, 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 kick. When you can't kick anymore, start to hinge, if that's where you're going. And if it's not, you're anywhere along the way that works. Keep kicking and reaching, kicking and reaching. To come out, same thing. Kick and reach, kick and reach. Find your stability again. And then release that foot, let the knee rise up and the arms rise up. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands to the heart. From here, soften into that standing knee and start to hinge. Reach that right leg back, warrior three. And then take the hands back, pinkies up, thumbs down, and squeeze the shoulders and squeeze the palms and roll that right hip down. Start to bend your standing leg, set the toes down. Inhale, straighten the legs, setting up for pyramid. Shoulders back, palms squeezing, ribs in, belly in. Then, if you took elbows, just maybe switch which hands on top. If you took prayer, take prayer again. Outer left hip draws back. Ribs in, belly in, heart lifts, knees lift, kneecaps lift. And then exhale and find that hinge into your pyramid. And again, at any point the hands need to come down, they come down. Shoulders stay lifted, spine stays long, breath stays deep. Feel your feet through your legs that strengthen your foundation. And then release the hands, let them come long. And get a nice long inhale, stretch long. Exhale, draw that outer left hip back. Lift the kneecaps. Bend into that front knee and step back to high plank. Inhale. And then on the exhale, lower to the belly. Again, curl both heels in. Grab the outer ankles again. This time you're going to kick your hands into your feet, or your feet into your hands, and pull your hands into your feet and lift everything. So inhale, come on up. As much as feels good, but really think about opening across the chest, lengthening across the back of the neck, firming the glutes and the belly. And then exhale, lower down, keep the knees bent, let them come wide. Let the hands come around and make a pillow. And then just windshield wiper the feet, side to side. And then release the legs. From here, set the hands under the shoulders, inhale. And on the exhale, make your way to down dog. We're gonna hold in down dog for about 3 breaths. Steady in, steady out. And then set the knees down. Set the elbows down and bring the hands, so elbows under the shoulders, bring the hands to interlace. Take an inhale and broaden, breathe into the back of the heart. Take an exhale, firm your ribs and your belly, curl the toes under, lift the hips. And then start to walk the feet forward as you press your chest back. Coming into dolphin, your head is off of the floor. And then eventually the shoulders are coming over the elbows, and maybe even the hips start to come over the shoulders. That's a lot. Keep pressing the chest back to the thighs, squeezing the elbows together as if you had a block there. And breathing. Two more breaths. And then let the knees come down. Let the hips come to the heels and the hands come back into embryo and rest. You can rock a little side to side here. That feels good. And then on the inhale, roll yourself up to kneeling. Take the hands in front of you so you can curl the toes under. Roll over the feet. Stretch out the calves, you're extending arms, and sit yourself down. And then take the hands behind you with the fingers pointing towards you. Bend the knees with the feet hip distance. Take an inhale, shoulders back, lift the heart. Keep the ribs and belly firm. And then exhale and lift the hips. So the knees come over the ankles and the shoulders come over the wrists. Then, very slowly start to shift your hips forward. And you're going to lower them down. If it feels like too much on your wrists or your shoulders, then sit down and take the pressure off. Otherwise, drag the feet forward. Lift the heart. Extend the legs. Press into those fingertips. Lift up. Take an inhale, stretch the arms, stretch the torso. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, set the hands down, fingers pointing towards you, just outside and behind your hips. This time, if you want to, keep the legs straight. Inhale, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, press into your heels, lift your hips, spin the inner edges of the feet down. Maybe even drop your head. Then, whether your feet are down or your knees are bent or straight, press into the heels and start to drag your bum forward. It's going to be less if the legs are extended. Lift the heart, extend the legs, press into the fingertips. And inhale, float the arms up. And then exhale and float yourself all the way down. You can use your hands to help yourself down or lower down. Inhale, stretch the arms up by the ears, stretch the legs long. And then on the exhale, walk the feet in line with your sits bones. Slide the arms down, brush the heels. And then draw the shoulders down from the ears so the neck's really long. And then lengthen the tailbone. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, press into your feet to curl up, coming into this bridge. And then reach underneath you and interlace your hands. Then roll the shoulders under, only if this feels good. So neck is long, back of the head's gently pressing into the mat so you have that curve in your neck. Breath deep. You're going to keep your hands interlaced, if possible. The upper arm bones hugging together, and start to lower yourself down. So it's kind of a fish variation. Walk the feet a little closer to your bum and together, and then let the knees open. So kind of where we started, a little bit more. And then maybe unwind the clasp of the hands, and you can grab your own ankles. And then close the eyes. We're going to take 3 cleansing breaths here. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Let go of the ankles if you have them. Bring the knees together. Keep your hands where they are if possible, and extend your legs. Just breathe for a moment in this kind of pinned fish. And then release the arms one at a time. From here, let the legs come wide, let the arms come wide, let the eyes close. Take up whatever space you need to come into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Feel all the blood flowing through the heart, to the shoulders, the wrists, to the arms. And then feel your body settling into the pull of gravity and resting. For the Love of the World by Charlotte Tallmountain. For the love of a tree, she went out on a limb. For the love of the sea, she rocked the boat. For the love of the earth, she dug deeper. For the love of community, she mended fences. For the love of the stars, she let her light shine. For the love of spirit, she nurtured her soul. For the love of a good time, she sowed seeds of happiness. For the love of the goddess, she drew down the moon. For the love of nature, she made compost. For the love of a good meal, she gave thanks. For the love of family, she reconciled differences. For the love of creativity, she entertained new possibilities. For the love of her enemies, she suspended judgment. For the love of herself, she acknowledged her worth, and the world was richer for her. If you're able to stay in Shavasana, stay just as you are. If you're ready to begin that transition into the rest of your day, start by just feeling your body resting on the earth, by feeling the breath moving in and out, by once again coming into that place of curiosity and feeling into your body, feeling the sensations, noticing any shifts, feeling the texture, the temperature of the earth beneath you, the space around you. And then slowly letting the breath begin to deepen. As you come present in your own body,
When you're ready, start to move in whatever way your body wants to move. And eventually, on your own time, landing with the hands resting somewhere on your body. And that connection to yourself, to that deepest part of you. Send your whole being love and gratitude, respect, compassion. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing and kindness for all beings. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back on Tuesday. Have a lovely day.